Four interceptions from Brock Purdy. Didn't finish the game. They said it was due to a sprain. I do not believe that. Did he blow the bag? Was Brock Purdy exposed in this game?
Oh, man, who want to go first? Go ahead, Trey.
Go ahead, Trey.
Well,
That's
what
your
I
that's your fantasy quarterback. I want to know what your breakdown is, man. He just handed you an L in the playoffs.
I was rather just pleased with the performance. I'll start off with that.
To say the least.
To say he's been exposed, what happened was is what typically happens any given Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I will say he went up against a defensive juggernaut. With that also being said, I felt like in the first half for him to have that many turnovers, he was fortunate to have it at 16-12. But then it was just like it just felt like offensively they just never could get it going.
Yep.
I felt like also too, it's just like the Niners are a pretty good running team. Why wasn't they running the ball more? You know what I'm saying? Because when they gave McCaffrey the ball, he scored. He got to the end zone.
He
But
still had 100 yards yesterday.
bro, the craziest shit to me though was I seen Brock Purdy throw a pass like it was crazy. It was like hit through the shit behind, like he's falling down
Oh yeah,
through the shit.
the completion to Christian
This is
McCaffrey. I think that's kind of a negative to his game that you don't read the room, bro. You take the sack in that situation. You don't try that
what the
pass.
fuck.
Read the room, bro.
I had to pause it and
Read the
rewind
room.
it to see it.
You feel what I'm saying? What are you doing, bro?
That was one of the moments I had to pause and rewind it because I wanted to ask you, did you see that shit?
Of
I
course.
said, oh no, I didn't. I can't believe this is the nigga I got as my
The
quarterback.
audacity.
Yeah, this nigga I got as my quarterback. And he out here
Facts.
like this is some
I
shit that
appreciate that.
no bullshit. This is some shit that you was expect like some Pop Warner Little League quarterback. The nigga did not the nigga. The person, the quarterback,
It's not the
threw a
nigga.
behind the back pass falling down. I've never seen any shit like it. That being said, bro, like I said, I just felt like he went up against the juggernaut. But this is what you have to expect. If you when you're the MVP, quote unquote, this is what you have to expect. You're going to go up against a defensive juggernauts, and you have to be able to perform in the bright lights. And unfortunately, you got mauled,
Yep.
blitzed, souffle, saute, frate, whatever, nigga. You got cooked.
Facts. They went big game hunting and they found that game.
That
What did you see, Vern?
was crazy.
Because I know you was kind
Mhm.
of you was more so on the coming around the Brock Purdy side. Have you reverted back? You seeing anything different?
I mean, I'm going to stay even kill. For one, I think to Dre's point, like you said, any given Sunday, I think sometimes you just have a bad week, right? Quarterbacks have a bad week. I mean, everybody, you're not gonna come out every week and just perform at a high level, man. I mean, it's been shown that he's been doing that consistently. Obviously, he's just, like y'all said, when y'all whole team is there playing, he hasn't lost a game until yesterday, right? So
Yeah.
I think this game was due, and then at the same time too. Well, to feed off of that, um, I want to give credit to Baltimore's defense, because I mean, for one, I think they've been the most consistent defense throughout the season as far as numbers. Well, I think they're still top five in almost every defensive category there is. But I think Baltimore defense has been consistent throughout. And like you said, like Trey said, you just sometimes you just come up against a better team, a better defense, a better scheme. I forgot the defensive coordinator over there. I think his name is Mike McDaniel actually
Yes,
over there
sir.
in Baltimore.
Name in
But
Michigan. We keep it
but
in the hardballs.
right.
Yeah, man.
But
Give
I
me
just
a
I just
break.
feel like I think we just got to give more. I think we just got to give more credit to Baltimore defense opposed to taking away from Brock Purdy. Because like I said, I felt like this game was due. I felt like this game happens to even the best quarterbacks. Even Peyton Manning had bad games. Tom Brady had bad games
Hmm.
through four picks. I think I remember the game when Peyton Manning got picked off by the rookie Sean Lee like three times in one game. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that's like quarterbacks had these type games.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to say it's a to say he was exposed, I think that's a strong term to say exposed. But I do think there's definitely some work to be put in. And then again, I think we got to touch on this aspect too. Um, the Baltimore Ravens, well, not even the Baltimore Ravens, but just Lamar Jackson himself. I think he's only lost one game in his career against the NFC team. So I think we got to look at that aspect too. I think it's just hard because Lamar is such a dynamic, different player. If you don't see him consistently throughout the years, just a tough matchup for teams. So I think that's why he matches up so well against the NFC.
Honestly,
What you say, bro?
if he plays, he wins basically in the NFL, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
It is numbers. You feel what I'm saying? For me,
Yeah.
he was exposed, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because of who you just compared him to. Like to me, I think he was exposed for not being in that echelon of an elite franchise quarterback. Now, will he prove otherwise? Possibly, but he was exposed for that because the simple fact is the Ravens talk, they talk, and they backed it up with ease, bro. We moved down the field with ease, how we usually do. And the schematics is so easy. You get what I'm saying? But it's also like they know that Brock is almost like he's a pre-snap quarterback. He does not read post-snap. That's why he threw that late interception in the red zone. Everybody want to blame it on Kittle for not running the corner. He wasn't do this, that. No, when he reads his pre-snap, he determines where he's going to go with the ball, and he goes there for the most part. Now he does read defenses, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, he dictates where he's going to go with the ball pre-snap. And the Ravens do that. They talk they trash beforehand. They came in, they got 4 interceptions before the fourth quarter. 4 interceptions, and it could have easily been 5 or 6. Could have easily been 5 or 6. The plays that he were making were absolutely atrocious. In my opinion, it was just proven that he's not an MVP. He's just the best player to execute Kyle Shanahan's offense since he's been with the San Francisco 49ers, which I've been saying to people. Like, I feel like a lot of people have been wanting to put him on this pedestal of being a difference maker when he's not. The MVP of our team has always been Christian McCaffrey. It seemed like Kyle Shanahan wanted to go out there and prove Brock Purdy, the last pick in the draft, that everybody was a consensus. He was about to be an undrafted free agent until he went on a winning streak, is now up there with Lamar Jackson. Let's stop it. Let's cut it out. He's not up there. He's good. He's pretty good. But at the end of the day, we still have to see what it's going to look like when teams really get a beat on him. You feel what I'm saying? Can he be a difference maker? Because regardless, when the script was looking good, when it was looking right, Jimmy G looked good. And guess what? They got him a starting job in Las Vegas for about 6 games before he got benched. So to me, my question I pose to y'all to say he's not exposed, are y'all willing to give him that bag?
Well, what I will say, I will weigh my options. I would definitely weigh my options before I would, Brock. You know what I'm saying? And it also, again, it's any given Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because we can sit here and say this now, but what if in the next 2 to 4 weeks he's rolling? Like, you know what I'm saying? What if he got y'all in the
I expect him to get back rolling because we're not going to play the Baltimore Ravens, and it is any given Sunday, but it's also like, did he show any fight? Did he show any, like, everything in me, to me, was in the system. It's like, okay, we can't. George Kittle was difficult to guard one-on-one. So, yeah, he's going to hit some chunk plays. You get what I'm saying? But is he, what do we do that's like, all right, this is in our offense to accentuate or to take advantage of this skill set from Brock Purdy?
Again, what I would say to you, Mizzy, is this is still growing pains. Like I said, we touched on this last week. Like I said, that's why I wasn't ready to call him Montana. that still sizzles my bacon, Joe Montana.
Sizzles my bacon.
I mean, because this is his second year, so you don't gotta. I mean, realistically, you don't really gotta start talking about giving him the bag for another year or two. So I would play it.
The next year, I think
I would play it out. I would play it out. Just to see, like, I wouldn't give him the bag now because there's still so much uncertainty, right?
Bro, we're
so
judging
I
him.
wouldn't necessarily give him the bag now, but he has been the best quarterback in that system for Mike Shanahan. So I think that's some credence.
We're judging him off of a late.
That's the question.
We're judging him off a late game in the season. But let's wait until we get into the playoffs to to decide if we want to give him that bag. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, don't get me wrong, this was a really bad game, and like Vern said, good quarterbacks are going to have that. But in the same token, where your bag really comes off of what do you do late in the playoffs. So let's judge them off that. That's what I would say to that.
We'll see. I mean, to me, I feel like for all the people, all the doubters, we've been saying that we've had we have a stout team, which is not going to be there. Christian McCaffrey is not going to always be who Christian McCaffrey is. Period. And then if we do have to pay Brock, of course, we're not going to be able to keep the players that we have. It's just that simple mathematically. You get what I'm saying? So that's the question that I feel like is just being posed: is will he be able to sustain this when everybody isn't? You get what I'm saying? When you're not doing dump all five, when 5-yard passes is getting intercepted instead of going for 80 yards.
Facts.
When that's your bread and butter. So let's go over to the positive side of this. Not for me, but for anybody else that watched that game last night. Is it time to apologize to Lamar